not only wore my Sears homecoming dress to meet the bishop, maybe cardinal, whatever.
Yeah.
I also wore it on my high school graduation.
Oh my gosh.
day.
You love to reuse a dress.
Absolutely.
And you do it beautifully.
Thank you so much. So it says, congratulations, Mandy. So that I wore it then. And then there was a third time I wore it. I did find it in a picture, but I don't think that I took a shot of that. But then, of course, I have already shared this just to prove that my mom really did take me to Jessica McClintock. And she did buy me a proper gown for my senior prom.
But isn't it interesting that through this photo alone, you can tell that this is a proper, nice gown for an event. You can tell that this is a Jessica McClintock.
Absolutely.
You're not getting this off the rack.
No, you're not. And I got it and I still paired it with butterfly clips. Cheap Clear's butterfly clips.
You did.
It was the sign of the times. I loved a butterfly clip.
This is giving Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, it is.
It really is giving Belle.
She loved a beautiful yellow gown, but I had not even seen Beauty and the Beast. Still haven't.
And she has brown hair and brown eyes. So you really were Belle.
Wow, you might as well just call me Bella. Oh, it looks like Bella.
It looks like Bella.
Bella
of the Ball.
Yeah.
Aw.
And then there's Jason Beasley.
And there's Beast right there.
Yeah, there he is. My parents have a candy bowl. Okay. I'm just surveying now what's all in the picture.
Oh, I mean,
Jason must have brought me red roses, though, for the night.
Okay, so do any of these background things trigger you? Because as I looked for prom pictures for you for receipts, I'm going through old pics and I'm seeing things in the background of like dorm room pictures and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that jacket. Oh my gosh, I remember my shower caddy that I would take to the bathroom. Oh my gosh, like things I have not thought about in 20 years. But as I am seeing them, I'm going, oh, I fully remember it. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can touch it. I can taste it.
Not really.
So you don't
Not
get
really for
triggered
me.
by just seeing that candy bowl doesn't do anything for you?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have told you that my parents ever had candy. Like, and now my mom does. She's very good about keeping candy in her house.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, no, I don't really recall that. If anything, I thought that they would have Twizzlers. My dad has always loved Twizzlers.
Jack, I love Twizzlers. That's my favorite candy.
Yeah, he loves. They're his favorite, I'd say.
Jack, I love. It's a low-fat snack, by the way.
It is.
I never feel guilty eating an entire pack of Twizzlers.
Yeah, no, I don't think that you should.
That is my go-to movie theater snack.
Yep.
It's like chaw. I just love chewing on it.
He also loves a nonpareil.
Okay,
like
yeah.
The snow caps.
That is
I do not like that at all.
Matt loves them. And Matt's dad loves them. Yeah, that's like their thing. I actually didn't know what that was until I married Matt. And he would be like, let's go get this at the candy store. I'm like, what's a nonpareil?
Yeah, they're at Dollar Trees. You can, go stock up on your candy there, you guy. Yep. Obviously, before you go to a movie.
Wait, that's a hot tip.
Hot tip. And I don't know if we shared that when we did an entire episode on Dollar Tree. But
remind
if you're not, that's what you want to do. And it has gone up to $125 because, inflation, they can't do anything about that. They had to. At some point, I understand that you got to roll those costs on. Does it sting a little? Yeah, it does.
I mean, but the Costco hot dog guy is like, I'm sticking to $150.
What?
The Costco hot dog, it's the huge sign in there. It says $1.50 hot dog. Everybody knows it. It's on t-shirts. It's on billboards. $1.50 hot dog. And he has come out and said, I will never raise the price on it.
Wow.
I will lose money on this. I will never raise the price.
Well, yeah, I guess you can do that at Costco because you are banking on making your profits off of so many other things.
That's it.
Also a hot tip, you guys. Costco has a frozen coffee drink.
Ooh.
It is a frozen coffee, chocolatey mocha something drink. And they, it just like an icy, like that kind of consistency.
Oh, you're saying, so this is in a dispenser there.
Over where you order the hot food and the pizzas and the hot dogs and everything. It's one of their menu items. And y'all, it is so good. And I'm not a big coffee person.
You're not.
But I can drink this coffee, chocolatey, mocha, slushy thing. And it is so good. So if you're like, I need to go to Costco, but like I really need some coffee or I need like a cutesy little drink to drink while I'm going through it.
Yes.
Hit up the hot bar first, grab that slushy situation, and then mosey your way through. And I think you're going to be happier for it.
I'm doing that. I'm doing it.
Let's go right now.
We will go right now.
Screw this episode. Y'all don't care. Anyway.
But speaking of coffee, you said to me, you might need to become a coffee girl. Okay, so Lily has started school, you guys. Okay, Lily is back in school. CMS has started.
CMS finally started.
And here's the problem for Miss Miranda. is Bella's gone.
Yeah, as y'all know, Bella's gone.
And so who's going to drive Lily to school?
I guess I am. I guess someone has to. She doesn't have her license yet. She's only 15. So by law, she can't drive herself yet. So now I have to get up. I have to wake up again.
It is shocking to me that you're having to wake up. And y'all, when I think
so
back
hard for
on,
me.
on our episodes, one of the funniest moments that I can think of that you've said is that when you were driving both the girls, that you would wake up and you would try to kind of stay asleep.
Like, just squint is what I'd say.
You would barely open your eyes to drive the girls and you'd keep them squinted and just barely cracked, and you would drive home and try to get back in bed.
Yep. Try to get back in bed.
It's one of those things that's like has stayed with me. I don't know why. So then when you said, oh my gosh, I got to start getting up again, I had that visual of you just one eye open, driving down the road.
I am so tired because what I said to Kristen in my text is like, I have a few options here.
Yeah.
I either start to drink coffee and hope that it gives me a caffeine jolt, even though it's never ever done that before in my life. So why would it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So either I try to do that, but I don't want to have to take something to wake me up. I don't want to be dependent on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend the money on it.
Yeah.
Because once you become a coffee girly, it is so much of your personality.
Yes, it's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. It's a personality. It's an era. And like, it's forever.
Yeah.
Because it's also something that if you go to quit it, you have withdrawals.
Yes, you do.
Withdrawals.
Not the draws.
Yeah, not the draws. No, I'm wearing those. Anyway, I don't want to have to quit something.
Yeah.
And I know some people are going to be like, then don't. You can be on coffee forever. Studies have shown that it's healthy and la, 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 la. Y'all, the way I'd have to drink it, it won't be healthy.
No.
The way I would have
sweeten it up.
To sweeten it up, to make it palatable, to cover all of the coffee taste. Sugar-free syrups. I don't like that.
No.
I don't like fake sugar.
No.
I don't like that taste. You already heard what happened when I tried to buy the diet cherry lemonade with vanilla in it.
It's sick.
It's sick. It is disgusting. I will never take a drink of that again. Oh my God. Then Bailey posted the other day some orange mango slushy with sugar-free syrup, blah, blah. I was like,
no.
I literally gagged trying to watch her take sips of this because I knew how sweet that drink was. I just can't do it.
You can't do it.
I can't do it. So I just don't think it's in my journey. So I had to, as soon as I sent you that, I said, never mind. That's not even a realistic approach.
Yeah, it's not. So even the Costco coffee would not be.
Like, that can't even be a daily thing.
That can't be daily. No.
That's more like,
that's a little
I
treat.
want something cold and slushy, and I saw that it said mocha, and I do love a mocha thing.
Yes.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll try that. Have I been to Costco? Inside of Costco 2 times in a year? No.
Well, I was going to say,
I have that membership for gas.
Oh, for the gas.
Not for the food.
We go, and I the Good Child podcast actually talked about this, that it is 8 degrees in Costco. And they actually were like, our summer plan was to just go stand in Costco.
Yeah. He was like, pro tip, like if you're, you can't afford to cool your house anymore, just go to Costco.
You're going to go to Costco. You're going to stand in the way back, and you're just going to feel cold.
Yeah. And you will be happy there. And if you're holding that mocha slushy thing, you just might as well. What's the word? I was going to say pickle, but that's not it. That's not when you're cold.
Like cryo freeze.
Yeah, like it's a cryotherapy. Just consider it your cryotherapy. Save money from going to some boutique med spa.
I want to try this frozen coffee, but I think for me, I'm going to have to get it on my way out.
Yeah. Because it's going to make you so cold that you're not even going to be able to focus.
I mean, my teeth will be chattering. My bones will be clanking together.
Because you still have Costco in general is cold, but then you walk into the fridge to go get the dill pickle salad, to get the eggs, to get the gallons of milk, to get some of the produce.
Get 3 spring mixes for my guinea pigs. I have to get so much spring mix. I'm maybe making multiple trips into the giant refrigerator.
You do.
And holding an ice slushy, and I'm wearing jorts and a tank top.
You will be.
No.
It is cryotherapy. It is a form of it.
That's my cold plunge. That's my cold plunge. I saw you posted a cold plunge.
So
That's on sale.
My girlfriend, well, yes. I first posted my girlfriend Alana. I went to her house for, she called it like a music video night.
Yes.
And so it was just going to be like watching music videos, which I have not done. I don't know the last time I watched a music video.
I love music videos.
I know you do. And
my gosh.
And so I just don't watch them. I never think about it. I don't watch them.
Yeah, like that's the thing I think people don't realize is artists are still putting out music videos.
Who knew?
They are doing it still.
I knew that like Taylor was. I know that she'll
Yeah.
put out a big kind of theatrical thing. I remember Blank Space.
Yeah.
Right? Someone was in that. The lead,
Andrea.
Boy. Yes.
Andrea
From
Summer House.
From Summer House, All Roads Lead Back to Bravo.
Yes.
Don't forget the acronym. I use it on our stories. Anyway. So I remember things like that, like really big ones, but I didn't know that they were putting out real music videos.
Yes.
Too, still, now in 2024.
Yes.
So yeah, Alana had us all over to her insane house.
I mean, that house
Y'all.
looked
It's insane.
It looked like a boutique hotel. It was giving that level of luxury.
I didn't even go inside the main house.
That was all just stuff from the outside?
This is all, they have so many other houses on the like so many
Buildings.
Thank you. Buildings are the word I'm looking for.
So many buildings on the property.
So many buildings. So one building is what they call the shed, but it's amazing. You go inside and it's covered in like amazing sports memorabilia, signed things, jerseys, ice skates, things that are like iconic.
Oh my gosh.
That they've collected over the years. It has a really cool bar, a wood burning fireplace, but it also has this humongous projector. And then it has a built-in karaoke and sound machine and everything. And she's like, let's get together for like a music video night and we can sing
So
and we
cute.
can do all the things. Okay. So that's one of the buildings. Then they have this gym building, but on top of the gym is also an apartment.
What?
And so his mom stays there.
Okay.
And so they have a gym, and the gym had a sauna. Well, it has like all the things you want in a gym.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the regular, the treadmills and all the things. But then it also had a sauna, and then it has a very cool steam shower. And then I saw the ice. What's it called?
The cold plunge.
The cold plunge.
But it was like built into the ground.
It was built down into. It had a ladder going down into it, so you can stand in it.
A built-in cold plunge.
Yes,
In her gym building.
in her gym building. And,
Wow.
And so we're like, how did you even make this happen? And she said they jackhammered down into the ground and they put the equivalent of an aquarium and it is run on all the same machinery and mechanics and whatever as an aquarium.
So they're able to drain it if they need to,
Yes.
pump new water in.
Correct.
Whoa.
Correct. And chill it
Wow.
to a desired temperature. And I was
Does
like,
she use it? Is she a
is
cold
good.
plunger or her husband?
yeah, her husband is. Her husband's a cold plunger, and she's like, he's turned it down too low. I used to be able to do it at a different temperature, but now it's too low. I can't do it. And then you would also love, I didn't post this, but I took a picture for you. She has an infrared light machine
No.
that you stand in front and back, gets you from all sides.
A
head
red
to
light
toe.
therapy?
Head to toe.
No.
Yeah,
Okay, that is my dream.
I know.
Out of all the things you've mentioned,
I know.
that I would love.
Look at it. Look at her in there.
Shut your
Yeah.
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is so good for your body.
So good.
I'm
She uses
shocked.
it all the time, and that's why she probably looks so incredible too.
Right. She's
Well,
just
she's using the gym as well.
Oh my gosh.
She's got it all.
She's
This was
got
like
it all.
it was a treasure trove. So there it is without the lights on. So yeah, you go and you stand in it. So it's like a spa. Then they have a massage room, and they have all the things. That's another building. Then they have the pool, the
Did
jacuzzi.
they build this property for them, or did they buy it and then do things to it?
No,
They had it built.
I think they built a lot of land.
Hmm.
And then built that, and they own multiple houses on.
Where
the
is
land.
she? Where
They're
about?
putting in a tennis court and a pickleball court.
No. About where is this?
Plaza.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
To have some land like that in Plaza.
Yeah. It was amazing to see.
I love seeing stuff like this. This is why there's not a jealous bone in my body with stuff like this.
No.
It's why I love Real Housewives. Show me this.
Show me.
I want to see behind the gates.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know what bougie stuff people have, and I want to be so happy for them about it.
I'm delighted, and I just love that I get to be there. And and not only that, okay, Alana is so generous, so giving. So I went with her and Tiffany. I first met Alana when they let me crash their last Disney trip.
That's right.
And so got to know her really well. We stayed together for 3 days, slept in the same room, the whole thing, got to know her really, really well. And I was like, oh, you are such a nice person. Aww. I love that. And so she had only met me that one time in Disney. And I guess I was talking about Bella's graduation party and trying to pick a place to do it. And she's like, let's host it in my backyard. She's never even met my child. And she was like, we have such a great backyard. You would love to throw a party there. And I was just like, I can't ask that of you.
That's
like,
so
I really
nice, though.
But that's the kind of person she is.
Wow.
She's just very generous. She
that.
said, we already have the things. We throw so many parties. Like, I have the stuff that we would need. You wouldn't need to rent much, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I know, but if anything were to happen, if anything, you know what I'm saying? It's still people, needing to go to the bathroom or whatever. I'm just like, I don't know, girl.
And when it's like a fresh relationship, you have to step a little carefully with that.
Yes.
If you were to have something here, it doesn't matter. Like something could go wrong or like, someone tumbles off the back deck. It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes. That's it.
We're insured.
Yeah, that's it. If somebody does fall off your deck, I just know it'll be fine. Whereas I don't know that.
You don't know that.
Backyard.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I hadn't even met her husband at this point. So I'm just like, thank you so much. That is so generous. I really do appreciate the offer. And I'm sure your backyard is sick. I didn't know until I went. Mm-hmm. Okay, then of course I go and I'm walking around and I'm like, I cannot believe I said no.
I know, you could have had a party there. Your friends and family would have been so impressed.
I can't believe I can't believe I said no to this girl. I'm a fool. So anyway, maybe something else coming up will be there.
Yes.
And you'll get to see it.
Now you know. Well, tell her I'm happy to come anytime and just marvel. I want to marvel at her things.
Well, one of the things she said to me, she's like, I just can't wait to meet Kristen. I can't wait to meet your best friend. I want to meet her so bad.
Well, I want to meet you, girl. Invite me over.
Isn't that sweet, though? I mean, I love that she just says that.
Yeah, maybe we go to dinner first so she can make sure I'm not, too crazy.
She'll have you at the house. She loves me, which means she loves you. She'll have us at the house. We'll go swim. We'll be in the hot tub. We'll have a pizza in the outdoor pizza kitchen.
Oh, there's a pizza oven. Mm-hmm. Well, why didn't you start with that?
I know. Sorry. Press the bell. Yes, there's one of those where you slide.
Find me something better than that. Find me a crispy black pizza crust.
That's what Joshua wants to.
And shove it down my gullet. Yeah. I want it burnt on the bottom. I want the sides to be so bubbled up and burnt.
He wants it to taste ashy.
I want it ashy. I want it so thin and ashy.
No, thank you. I do want it thin.
With a real drippy marinara, just almost translucent.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't want a lot of sauce. Actually, when you order, another pro tip, y'all, we're just full of them. I guess this episode is called Pro Tips. Is that on Domino's, on their app, you can say light sauce. Ooh. You can go light on the sauce, and we do it for every pizza we order.
I got to do that because I feel like
it's too saucy.
Anywhere I'm ordering from, it's coming and I'm biting in, and it's like a lava of sauce.
It's too much. I want a thin schmear, okay? A thin schmear.
Yes.
So on Domino's, on the app, you can click where it says robust tomato sauce. You can tap on it, and it can say light. And toggle that to light every time.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Then you can save that pizza, and so it'll say show recent pizzas, and it's always correct.
That's good.
So then you don't even have to do it again.
Y'all are a Domino's family.
Yes, we are. Y'all are Papa John's.
Well, we kind of had switched to Hungry Howie's for a bit, which Hungry Howie's is great because they put the flavorings on the crust. You can choose from 10 different flavors on the crust, and
that sounds real good.
Real good. But that is the pizza my kids have at school, and I'm like, so sometimes I'm like, let's switch it up. Well, the other night it was just a weird night, and I said, let's order a pizza. We did Papa John's again, but Tinsley had been asking me about stuffed crust.
Oh, I love.
She said, what's stuffed crust all about? And I said, we gonna get it.
Oh my God. Remember when that came out when we were kids? Was it Pizza Hut who originated that?
It was Pizza Hut.
And the stuffed crust pizza of Pizza Hut was a game changer. Game changer. Do I remember eating it? No. But as
you
we
would turn
discussed,
the pizza backwards. You probably had it on the horse-drawn
I
carriage.
might have.
You definitely did.
Or at the away game.
Yeah, you did. Y'all had stuffed crust pizza. I bet you did.
I bet they ordered it for the squad.
Yeah.
100%.
I want to know the
I'll
year.
ask Alexa.
I want to know the year because I guarantee stuffed crust was out, and it was probably
Alexis. Sorry. Usually when I say I'll ask, it ends with Alexa. I'll ask Alexis. But she's basically an Alexa to me.
Yeah, no, she has, and our Alexa in there is probably going to start going off. I should have unplugged it. But she would eat that stuffed crust
Backwards.
and the cheese would pull, and you would
Yes.
feel like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You know, just that cheese is pulling so hard out the sides of your mouth like that.
I guess that's a good question. See, I was eating the pizza first so that I could end on the stuffed crust.
I would do it either way. So we had it upstairs, y'all here with my kids.
Right now, do you have leftovers?
We already ate them all. Sorry, we ate them all. But Tinsley really loved it. Tristan was like so about it. So I, of course, ate his extras.
Absolutely.
Lachlan wouldn't even touch it.
He didn't even try it?
Didn't even try it. I said, but it's cheese and bread. Just eat it. He didn't want it. But it was more for me.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yep, fine. Well, he eat the regular pizza slice and then just not touch the crust.
Yes, not touch the crust. I didn't think he quite understood, the beauty of what was inside of that
He
crust.
will look back at that with deep regret one
He
day.
will.
And you can at least rest on that.
And now it's on the record.
Yeah.
So he can go back when he listens to all of these hundreds of episodes when he's older.
Yes, and he will.
He will.
He will always want to listen to us two hens cackle on and on.
Just clucking away. Just
I actually
clucking
see
away.
one of his toys in here. He's got a car in here.
Well, you walk through every time we
Every
come in
time.
here. She has to walk through a morning festival.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Does he-
it's set up out there. Now, it's not happening on school mornings,
No, you can't have morning festival.
but he, might come home and do an afternoon festival.
Yeah.
It's just at a point where, like, why would I even break that down?
well, no, it's not on you to break down.
It's just going to get set back up
yeah. Just
So-
let him have it. Only clean that. Yeah. Only make him clean it up for parties.
for the parties.
Because there's no point.
There's
Just
no point.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he's like tidying up other things throughout the day that he gets out that you don't want laying out.
Yes.
Then I think that that's what's important for kids to know, right?
Yes.
Is that I don't just get to make a mess and then someone else comes behind me and
Correct.
cleans it up. And so if they have a dedicated space, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's in the middle now of your dining room table that they have set something up,
Yes.
no, you need to say, hey, this is our family space,
That's
family space.
Yep.
You need to clean this up so that it just reminds them that someone's not coming behind them doing this.
And this is a conversation we have had so much with Lachlan. And
Mm-hmm.
Matt is he's riding a fine line, which
he always is with Lachlan.
He always is, which is, yes, we need to keep the house tidy and we pay for this and this
Mm-hmm.
is our home and it needs to look nice. But then he's also like, but one day the messes won't be here and there won't be any little cars and little Legos and things. And so we need to kind of just embrace the season we're in. And I do agree, but I have a limit. That's what I say to him is, babe, if I've allowed it to sit out in the living room for, let's say, 2 to 3 days, now I've hit my limit.
Yep.
And it's
Can't
time,
look at it anymore.
I can't look at it anymore. And it's time for it to go away. And if it's making me as a mom feel stabby, then that's not good for anybody in the
No,
house.
it's absolutely not.
So
No,
we
it's
have
not.
to compromise.
Yeah. And again, it's like, but the living room is shared space.
Yeah.
Down here, maybe. His room, maybe.
Yeah.
That's his space,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
But like the living room, the dining room, where we eat, that sort of stuff is shared space. And he has to learn this lesson because he will be sharing space with people for the rest of his life.
That's it.
I mean, ultimately, it's funny to me. I don't know if I've talked about it in here, but the idea that like everyone needs their own bedroom, that only started in the last, 10, 15,
I know.
maybe 20 or so years.
Yeah.
And it's such a foreign concept because we were always raised sharing rooms.
That's it.
We, and I understand that that's because, people had farmhouses and there wasn't even space. So it's everybody piled in this bed.
Everybody
or on the floor,
was
whatever.
together.
Everybody was together.
It's
They
crazy.
had so many kids back in the day
Yeah.
that you couldn't give everyone their own bedroom, right?
No.
And so then there became this idea that that's how we show wealth. That's how we show we're doing great.
Yeah.
We have such a big house that everyone gets their own bedroom. Plus we have a guest room and da-da-da-da-da. And it's weird because for the majority of most people's lives, they are sharing their space.
Yeah.
Whether that's with their family, with a roommate,
Yes.
with another roommate, or then marriage and children.
Yes.
Very rarely are you ever alone having your own space. So I know for some people that go, well, that's why I want to give my kid their own room, because when else will they have it? But I'm just where there are so many lessons to be learned and so much character to be built and having to share your space.
That's right.
And if you are someone who is hellbent on your kids having their own rooms and they can do what they want in their own rooms, then you almost have to be more diligent about that familial space being a shared space and people knowing how to respect it. Because if not, then they will always kind of have like that little bit of selfish bones in their bodies about, well, I could do this in my room. I could do this at my house. I could do this here. Well, the majority of your life, you are sharing it with other people. So you better learn that lesson when your brain is super malleable.
Do you think that Bella and her roommate are keeping things tidy?
They are. They're doing a really good job, because I see it, because she FaceTimes us every day.
Good.
So they are. They're doing a good job. And I think that it did set in that this is such a tight space.
Yes.
You let it go for one day and it's chaos.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You can't.
You just can't do it. You have to stay on top of things. And something that I heard forever ago, and I do not put this into practice in my own life, but I hope someone will, and I hope I've at least, tried to tell my children this, is don't put it down, put it away.
Yes.
Don't put it down, put it away.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm such a piler.
Yes.
I'll just continue to make different piles. And here I put it down, but I really haven't put it away.
Yes.
And so I told Bella, in this space, everything has an area.
A home.
Everything has a home. So don't put it down, just put it away.
Yeah.
It's so easy to manage.
And especially because that takes 10 seconds, if that, right? And I try to tell myself that. I'm like, even if this putting away takes 1 minute, it's worth the 1 minute to just put it away. Take it all the way upstairs, put it in the drawer, whatever it is.
Just do it.
It's hard to do, though.
I know. It is hard to do, because you think, I'm in such a hurry. I can't even do that.
You just toss it on the desk, whatever.
But eventually we have to still use that time.
It's true.
So we might as well just do it the first time.
Yes.
Again, I don't put it into practice myself. If Joshua's listening to this, he's like, yeah, so this is like do as I say, not as I do thing.
Correct.
But I do tell my children that, at least. And I did say that to Bella as we were like walking out. Like, everything has a home, so just put it away. Don't put it down, put it away.
That's such good advice.
Keep that mantra in your head.
Okay.
She's doing great.
So when you said that people were showing wealth with having multiple bedrooms, it triggered something that I think we had said we wanted to talk about.
Oh, good.
You had told me to write down, I think, glamour shots. Okay. And that really got in my brain. It tickled my brain. Because
you thought back to the times.
Well, I thought back to, there were certain people, you'd go to a friend's house or whatever, and certain people showed wealth, didn't realize they were showing wealth. But you would be like, oh, that girl has glamour shots on their like credenza.
Yeah. Her mom framed her glamour shot.
Her mom framed the glamour shot. Yeah. They have money.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about, what are those things that people show the money? And it's always, for me, the kid that had their own dedicated phone line. If you had your own phone line in your house.
You mean a landline?
Yeah, like a landline.
You could have your own landline?
Yes. There were kids that had their own landline in their house.
I didn't even know that was an option, because I can assure you Mary and Jack never presented it as one. But I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that if there's just one jack going into the wall?
I don't know. But there were kids that had their own. No, absolutely not. I did not have a glamour shot. I did not have a landline. Now, I lived a comfortable life. Don't hear me complain. My parents provided, and it was wonderful. But there were just certain things. Another one came to mind. People that had multiple staircases in their house.
Oh, yeah. Even if it wasn't the like this coming out in your foyer.
No, I'm saying you've got one in the foyer and one in the back.
Going up to the bonus room.
Oh,
yes.
If you had two staircases like that.
So many of my friends in Park Crossing, and you know who you are if you actually listen. Maybe you don't, probably. But like they had the back one, and that went to the bonus room.
If you even had a bonus room.
I know.
A bonus room.
Crazy.
To me was smelling of wealth, and I loved it.
Mine was if your dad's car was diesel, because it usually was a Mercedes.
Oh.
If your dad was driving a diesel, and I remember filling up a car, like being in the backseat and him being like, okay, we need to stop and get gas. And I'm like, oh, it's diesel.
That, I have never heard that.
Yeah.
And that is a really good one.
So because
diesel
only
car.
like luxury cars were taking diesel.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that's super rich. Like mental note.
Yeah.
If it's diesel, you got money.
You got the money.
Okay, so I'm probably going to have really good snacks at your house.
Yes.
Okay.
Snacks.
I also thought for some reason that people with toaster ovens, I thought that meant wealth because it meant an additional appliance when you already had an oven and you already had a toaster, but you wanted even more toaster oven. So you got another appliance. I thought that was wealth. And now that I'm older, I realize that they're like $32. Even
a
now.
toaster oven is the peak of wealth. It is the peak of wealth.
And now I realize that some people don't even have a real oven and they can only afford a toaster oven.
Correct.
And like that is their main appliance.
That's actually the cheap thing to do.
It is now the cheap. And so I thought, oh, okay, maybe I had that one wrong. But in my kid brain, it was like, you already have a toaster and you already have a built-in oven. That was also wealth.
Oh.
If you had a built-in, like there was wood surrounding your oven
Correct.
in a wall, I
Yes.
was like, you are so rich.
I would go so far to say any kind of built-in.
Any kind of built-in.
Any kind of
On
built-in.
each side of your fireplace?
Correct. Any kind of built-in where you have paid a carpenter
Yeah.
to come and
Yeah.
put in your TV or put in your oven or whatever it is, some kind of cool pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But you're trying to hide it, right? You're just like elevating.
It's elevated.
It's a trimmed out wooden piece.
Yeah.
Now, see, my dad was a trim carpenter.
Yeah.
So he was doing all of this. So
Yeah, my dad
I
had
knew-
the skills too.
Yeah, your dad too.
Yeah.
Now, I was not confused thinking we were rich. I just
No.
knew my dad was incredibly skilled at this sort of thing. But I did think that, or if a friend's fridge had an ice maker on the outside and a water dispenser on the outside in the door.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
That
You're
was-
not filling ice trays and putting them in the freezer and cracking them into the Tupperware container that your mom has had for 43 years.
No.
Whoa.
Not the white refrigerator.
And then you had to have a Brita, if you had a Brita. Like if you just didn't have your sink water.
I think that Brita was wealth.
I thought that I thought it leveled up for sure. It leveled up.
I think Brita was wealth. I do.
Okay, I knew even some poor people who had Britas
Okay. I mean,
because people
we were
finally
drinking out of the sink.
Yeah, we were drinking out of the sink. But I do feel like at some point, my parents were like, they gotcha'd with the Brita because they were telling you, tap water is so filled with all the toxins and all the things. And so
I mean, that's good. Good on your parents. Well, you know what? We had our own well. That's what it was. We had our own well in the back because we were living out in Wesley Chapel. Okay, so we were on like a acre plus of land.
Coming into your neighborhood, are those things in the fronts of people's yards where it looks like little brick, squares? Are those is it wells under? Are there wells underneath? I stroked out for a second. Excuse me. When I look at your face and you're not recognizing what I'm saying, I start to get super insecure and then I stumble on my words. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single house, like when you turn on Reed Harkey.
Yeah.
Harkey.
Harkey.
When you pull on it, like all those houses, all those ranch houses, they have these.
You're right.
Like,
it's a little brick.
Is that a well?
I think it might be.
Okay.
I think it's because is it the electrical hookups?
I don't know.
Some people put a big fake rock on top of those electrical
Can't tell
hookups.
what those are.
It's
those rocks always help disguise them and no one knows.
That's another sign of wealth.
Yeah, I guess so. Growing up, it was
A kid who had a TV in their room.
Oh,
you are so rich.
So freaking rich.
You are so rich.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You've got a TV in your room?
No.
And it has cable?
Oh, forgot it.
I know on this pod we have talked about whether there was cable or not.
No cable.
For us, the cable would come and go. And now that I'm an adult, I've realized it's because they were offering my parents a deal. So they would offer Don and Pam a deal for probably a year.
Yes.
18 months of cable at a cheap price. So we'd have cable for a little while and then it would go away.
Yep. Because they would price increase and get that initial plan's over and they would say, absolutely not.
Yeah.
We would have HBO for a week. They would do those free weeks of HBO.
Yep.
We would watch every movie that they put out there, no matter what. And then it was gone. And I was just like, that was fun. I mean, while the time lasted, it was really neat to have HBO.
It was nice to have Nickelodeon. It was nice to have MTV for just, those 16 to 18 months.
What were some other signs?
But what were you going to say about the glamour shots? Because I feel
someone sent me or I saw a reel or whatever about the glamour shots and I just thought, Wow.
Yeah, it's a throwback.
I haven't thought about glamour shots.
Uh-huh.
Maybe since the day I walked out of doing, and I know someone took me for glamour shots, and I don't know who it was.
Do you know where they are? Have you seen them?
No. I haven't seen them in my possession. I don't think that we still have them in my photographs or anything like that.
No, I would love to see
But
that.
I do know that I went and did glamour shots.
Do you have any recollection of what you wore?
No, of course not. No, but you know what I think it was? What triggered this in my brain is maybe someone posted like the old malls where we would go and have glamour shots. And in my brain, I said, I think I went to a glamour shots at Eastland Mall.
Ooh, Eastland.
Doesn't that sound right?
Yes.
Doesn't it feel right?
100%. You went ice skating.
Yes,
and
you
then
went ice skating. I know that I got my ears pierced.
That's right.
Yeah,
I got my ears
I got my
pierced.
ears pierced at Eastland Mall.
Same.
And I feel like there was a glamour shots there.
I think there was. I think we could look it up and it would be true.
And it was just kind of all encompassing that Eastland Mall is where you went to do anything.
Anything
and everything. And sometimes that was classy and sometimes that was trashy.
Yeah.
And you didn't know who you were going to be when you walked out.
You choose your own adventure at Eastland Mall.
You do choose your own
That's a
adventure.
fact.
And if they would ever rebuild it, they could use that as a slogan.
Choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure.
Okay, when you go, I think when you go to glamour shots, it's an all-included thing. So they give you like the denim studded thing. They curl your hair, they do your makeup. All of that's included, right?
Yes.
Wow.
It is a photo shoot that you book. And yes, you're draping yourself with some sort of gauze, some sheared situation.
Yes.
You are
a rhinestone.
A rhinestone. You are putting on a denim jacket. Maybe it's a black leather with a fringe. Okay? Maybe it is. And then they do your hair and makeup. And then they pose you very awkwardly.
Yes.
They take the shots and everything is wrapped up into one package.
And the soft focus on that they would lay on top of that camera lens, it was so soft.
Ooh. It was great. So you never were taken for a glamour shot?
I never had a glamour shot.
Someone took me. I don't know if it was my mom. I don't know if it was Linda Daniel. I don't know if it was an aunt. But I do believe
these people to chime in.
I feel like I sent a text to my sister and said, did we go to glamour shots?
Well, okay. I have to say, if you did a glamour shot, you know Jackie did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She must have been there with
Jackie
me.
for sure was doing glamour shots. I know this 100%.
Hundo. Oh, that's not my sister. Okay, got it. I did not ask her this. Stand by, everybody. Hey, Jackie, did we go and do glamour shots when we were kids?
I can't wait to know.
Okay.
Gosh, I would love to see these. Why would y'all get rid of those?
I don't know. And they could still be. And see, my mom was really great. I don't know how many years ago, because what is time? But she separated our childhood pictures into folders. Jackie, Mandy, John.
That's nice.
But there's still some crossover.
Yeah, sure.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, Mom, I know that this picture exists, but it's not in my folder. And she'll say, well, come on over and you can go through, our family bin and so I will dig through and I will find stuff, but I'll also find just some of Jackie's random stuff in mine.
Right.
So I don't know if they were like, did we take them together? And so maybe they're in Jackie's because we couldn't separate the pictures, obviously.
We've got to know.
Oh, she said, not that I remember. We were poor. LOL. She said we did do Olin Mills, though.
We were poor. This is exactly what we said. This is exactly what we're saying.
Then all
of us millennial kids know the things that meant you either had money or you didn't. And no hate, no shade to anybody that
did. Olin Mills, I do remember that, but I also remember, I feel like our church directory made us take family pictures.
Oh, I do have a lot of those.
Right?
I have a lot of church directory photos. I will share them with you all.
So we do have some of that, but I swear I did a glamour shot. So maybe maybe a girlfriend's mom. Yeah. You know what? I think that they used to do birthday parties. And I think that maybe one of my rich friends had like a birthday party there. And maybe that's how I got a glamour shot, because then my mom didn't have to pay for it.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Okay. I think that glamour shots or something similar could make a comeback.
You absolutely. I mean, aren't kind of like hair and makeup artists, like when they do mini sessions.
Yeah.
And they include the hair and makeup artist. I mean, I just did one.
Yes, like you had a glamour
I actually
shot.
just did this. It is a modern form of glamour shot.
I just think if like literally in the mall or a strip mall or somewhere,
You're
if there was
saying
a
that there
place-
could just be like you're just turning them out.
You walk in, you're just bare bones, right? The hair is straight, face is clean.
Yeah.
You go in, they do the hair, they do the makeup, and they get some photos of you. Now, you can make it silly if you want. You can be jokey about it, or maybe you're for real. You want some good pictures of yourself.
Because they do still have those kind of photography studios set up where you can kind of
They do.
turn and burn them.
Yes.
Because people are doing the awkward family photos
They
and silly
are.
things, right?
It still exists. I know it still exists, but I do feel like a very pointed glamour shot. Would I take Tinsley to go get a glamour shot? Absolutely, I would.
Well, you know what? Whoever started that, rest in peace. I don't know that they're still with us.
Yes.
But whoever did, like, make a comeback. If you're still alive, I guess you heard it here first. Glamour Shots is coming back. We're going to DM them and let them know.
Watch it happen. 'Cause y'all know we predict the future.
Everything else does.
Everything
Everything
else
else does.
I'm kind of sick of it because I do believe we have a mole.
I do.
And we will talk about something. And then the next week on another podcast, the day before ours comes out, that person talks about it. And I'm like, but we just said that.
We just said this very specific thing. It's not even like a piece of pop culture. Like, it's
Yeah.
something so random that really y'all just decided to talk about peanut butter and jellies
Yeah.
today.
I just think someone.
Why did I use
But you're right.
I'm hungry.
Somebody's funneling information, and I need you to stop, whoever it is.
Or just talk about ours. Just share our stuff.
Just share like our funny thing that we said about the
just share
peanut butter
our
and
funny
jelly.
thing. So we do hope that y'all are noticing the new things, the new videos that we're putting out, the new content and the new format, and that you're liking it. And if you are, let us know.
Yes.
And share, of course, is always the most important.
Sharing is caring. Yes.
It really is. Sharing and tagging us and then adding that link, since everyone can add links.
Wait, let's talk about that TikTok is like shadow banning us.
Oh yeah, TikTok hates us. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna keep like I've said, churning and burning for the 13th time
Y'all,
now.
TikTok has removed some of our
We've
videos.
gone against sorry. First time podcasting. We've gone against the community guidelines 3 times now.
How?
No, I don't know.
What are we doing wrong?
I don't know. I was really worried that they were going to flag our HIPAA one too.
Oh my God.
Because, as we've seen now,
We do know that
Mark Zuckerberg.
social media and Mark Zuckerberg and whoever else was in bed to censor Americans. We know that. That's not my opinion. We know now that was a
He's
fact.
literally not only admitted it,
Correct.
he's apologized for it and said we wouldn't do the same thing now.
He wishes he could take it back.
Hindsight's 2020. I would have taken it back. It was wrong to do. We killed stories.
Yep.
We intentionally hid things. And
Yep.
for those of you who aren't keeping up, Zuck was in front of the Judicial Committee and asked about specific things. Is Facebook hiding things?
Yes.
Is Facebook killing stories? And he's had to admit that, yes, during the COVID lockdowns,
Yep.
that they weren't sharing anything that was making light of it. If
Yeah.
anybody was giggling or having a funny meme or whatever,
Yes.
those all were banned,
Or
taken down, removed, hidden.
Even someone who had an opinion about it saying,
yeah.
hey, this is like kind of an amped up cold virus,
Yeah.
and here's the natural remedies I would use to protect myself against it, right? They were hiding that kind of stuff.
I mean, they literally, you couldn't even use the hashtag natural immunity, which
No.
was totally fine to use 3 days before March 13th, but then you couldn't use it afterwards.
That's right. You couldn't use
So-
hashtag natural immunity.
Yeah, like
Wow.
things like that. Like they were doing, and people were saying, no, this is conspiracy. No, no, they're not doing that. And now Zuck has had to come out and say, yeah, not only did we do that, but then with the Hunter Biden laptop,
They killed that story.
That they intentionally killed the story before the election, that there was pressure to do so, and that this was coming directly from the White House, directly from that team saying, and he said, we felt immense pressure and we caved to it, basically.
Yeah.
And so for all these people who were called crazy and conspiracy theorists and
Yeah.
all these things, like that it was happening, and
Yes.
he's telling us that it was happening, and he's regretful of it.
Yeah.
And so there's really no need to continue to be like, no,
No.
it wasn't. Like he has
Yeah.
said it.
We know that it's true.
We know that it's true.
Yeah.
And so at this point, it's like, well, what can we learn from that so
Correct.
that doesn't happen again? Because
But now we know things are still being censored on TikTok, which
yeah.
is interesting because
that's how we started.
but it's not an American owned company.
And that's why they're having these lawsuits, and that's why they're saying all these things.
That's what's interesting about it is it's like, well, it's some outsider deciding what Americans can see and be exposed to and look at and the information they can digest. That's not okay.
And so what we first got flagged on is because I used the word fat.
Y'all, she used the clip where we're talking about, do we have fat on our heads?
Fat in our skulls, fat on our foreheads.
Yeah.
And with my hair loss.
Yeah.
And us saying like, oh my gosh, well, there's fat on our feet, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I upload that video where we are talking about fat on our skulls.
It's funny.
It could not have been more innocent if we tried.
Right.
So I upload it, and my caption was something about like, well, this gives a new meaning to the term fat heads. Because if y'all don't know, the fat heads are those big giant heads of people you can print out and you hold up like in a stadium if you're cheering for someone or at a graduation or whatever. The company is called Fat Heads.
That's the company name.
Okay. So I'm like, oh, this gives a new meaning to fat heads. And I posted it, and for hours it had zero views. For hours and hours and hours. Zero. Not even one. And I'm one. I'm literally one of the views. I'm uploading it. I went to my personal page on TikTok and went to all that to say to watch it, and it still didn't register as a view. Okay?
Not one.
At this point, I realize, okay, they're mad at this.
Yeah, they
something is wrong with
They
this.
think you're fat shaming.
They think I'm fat shaming. I'm talking about body size or whatever. And so I go and I click on it, and it's like, this has gone against our community standards of hate speech. And I'm like, hate speech? We're talking about fat on our own skulls.
On our own
like
skulls.
Literally my own. And Fat Heads are an entire company, and they have a TikTok page.
I was going to ask that.
So how do they get around that?
So Fatheads has a TikTok page?
Yes.
Okay, then why aren't they being flagged? What's
I don't
going
know.
on here?
I don't know. So then another one got flagged for another reason. Then the HIPAA one wasn't getting views for a while. And I was like, oh, because they think I'm like spreading COVID misinformation, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. Because we did talk about it in that clip.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like, stop. Watch it at least and then make a decision. I know that they can't watch all of them. So they just have blanket AI.
It's AI.
Pulling out tiny words and saying you've gone against it. So I'm still trying to play the game. But I don't know what the game is.
If y'all have TikTok, please go over there and just make sure you're following us and try to look at some of our stuff.
Try to look at it. Try to like
Leave
it.
a comment, actually. Leave a comment.
Anything, any kind of engagement would be great.
Because right now you did say our views are up.
Yes, we've gone from like 200 consistently. So when did I really start? Was it last week we had our business meeting or whatever?
A week and a half this has been happening.
Okay, so then it's been 200 for the first couple of days, and then it's gone up to 600-700.
That's exciting.
So it is. You can grow, but our videos are still long for TikTok.
Okay.
They like them short because these kids who have literally been raised, I mean, they call them iPad kids for a reason.
Yeah.
So the
attention span.
The attention span is so short that they're looking for 6 to 13-second long clips. And notice who does the quick ones? Good children.
Good children does.
They're fast.
They just take the funniest little soundbite and they upload it. That's it.
Tiny.
Okay, well, listen, you have permission to just hack these things.
Yeah, I can trim them down.
You can trim them down, but
I'll see what I can do. But I mean,
but we have a lot to say. We're all that to say. So
we're gonna say it.
how are we getting across our point in 100 words or less?
You know what? Those other girls, and you know the girls I'm talking about, theirs are 30 seconds, a minute and a half.
Right. Theirs are plenty long because they're saying a lot.
Mm-hmm, and people are listening and they're sharing and they're commenting and they're liking, but they've I was going to say groomed them to be. But I don't mean it in that because that'll get flagged.
Yeah.
But they've trained their audience.
Yeah, they have.
Of the length. And so they're used to it. And their followers are not 13.
That's true. Their followers are our age or older.
Correct. And so it's fine because we still have attention span.
We do.
And so we just need those people to find us. That's what I'm saying. We need the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70 somethings to find us on TikTok, and there's not a ton of them.
There's not a
So
ton.
we're all going after that same piece of the pie, but it doesn't mean that we can't have the pie.
We are, okay, I do feel like our people are mostly on Instagram Reels.
Agreed.
Do we need to be uploading things to YouTube Shorts?
Oh, I did last night. I'm already ahead of you. Yeah.
You're doing that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing.
I uploaded our first. I was like, okay, I'm going to do. So I have been doing our Facebook ads page. I've been doing our TikTok. I've been doing YouTube shorts. And my right forearm is double the size of the left. And I know some boys are like that for a different reason. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you have been holding that thumb.
I am doing
working that thumb.
Look at this tendon here and this muscle. I mean, I do think I actually have less like skin on my right arm because it is constantly like this.
And you probably have to say, I mean, Lily gets it.
Yeah.
But you probably have to say, as I am saying to my kids,
Yes.
I promise I'm not just sitting on my phone, kids.
No.
I'm actually doing work-related
Yes.
things. It
Yes.
doesn't appear that way, but please just trust me.
It is. It's a lot of phone time for you. I know it's a lot of computer time.
Yeah.
Like, it is. It's just a lot right now, but it's going to pay off. And like, we will get faster. We will get
Yeah.
faster about this because we've already
You're right.
gotten faster.
You're
like,
right.
imagine your first few months of editing to now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you are probably like, I know that time can't go any faster. You have to listen back to
Yes.
everything and like, you
But just
can't
being
make
able to like click,
Yeah.
click, knowing what to do and how, even things I need to fix, I have figured out how to do that. I mean, it definitely is faster. And I feel like us getting these little clips, and
Yes.
flipping it down and like playing the game, we are going to get better and better.
Yes, and we will continue to get faster. And I'm trying to find ways of, okay, well, is there a way to share it to this page directly from here? And does it translate, or am I
Yes.
really having to go? And right now, you have to separately upload everything, but that's fine because they're short. It's fine.
Y'all, this is why people have social media teams.
They do.
It is 100% a full-time job.
100%.
It is a full-time job.
We know.
Gen Z, I am telling you, this is y'all's time to shine.
Yeah.
For any of these big companies.
Go be a VA.
Like, look in your hometown, wherever you live, big or small, figure out what companies are in that area and go to them and say, I will be your social media expert.
Yep.
You could do it for a couple of companies.
Yeah.
You could do it part-time for 3 or 4 companies, and your whole job is to create content for them. That would be an excellent job.
They would love you.
I mean,
Every company needs one too right now, especially to play the game.
you've got to play the game.
You got to play the game.
You could be like a carpeting company and you're all in your 50s and 60s. No, you need that Gen Z up in there shooting the funny content, knowing what's trending, using Demure, all of that. Like you have to have someone in the know.
Oh my gosh, Lily's, she went for her first day of school. Of course, on Monday, she sends me a picture. One of the boards in the hallway had Jules's face on it and said, being quiet in the hallways, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy.
No.
Yeah, that's how fast. That is how fast.
Okay, so that staff, they're on the up and up.
Yeah, because they still have some teachers who are like 24.
Well, that's true. They've got young teachers.
Yeah.
They know what's cool.
Yeah.
And they're using the lingo.
They're using the lingo. And
Although,
I know.
but I told y'all J-Lo ruined that. So they might have to take that billboard or the board down.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's Jules' face staying up there, not J Lo's face, then I think they're fine for the time being. But we'll see. I felt like that trend was going to die by this week. Wednesday was my prediction.
Yeah.
Earlier this week when we were like, please stop saying it. Y'all are posting about it, blah, blah, blah.
Many of our followers were very upset about Demure.
Yeah.
Did you notice that in the DMs?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Okay, you guys, it's just a trend right now. And I don't know if you're picking up on it, but we're trying to play the trend game as much as we can, but still remaining true to ourselves.
Yes.
But I am a fan of people learning the definitions of at least words that maybe they're not using all the time. And Jules is helping realize that. And the message is still great.
The message is great.
I'm not mad at the message. That's why I think I'm allowing this to continue on and to share about it, is because, yeah, I do want people to be more mindful, more considerate. That's an okay message to get across right now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so just let Jules do her thing. Let her have her 15 minutes of fame. She's doing good stuff with it. It seems like she is wanting to take care of her family. She is wanting to help people out.
Yes.
Like, we in America love to make a 15-minute star. Let them have their 15 minutes.
Talk to a girl, all of it.
We do.
It's just how it is here now. Okay?
It is how it is. So let people have their time. And best believe, if we finally get our 15, we are riding whatever that was all the way to Town Bank.
To
Okay?
Town
So you prepare to be sick of us because it will eventually happen and we aren't going to shut up about it.
No, we will not.
Because we have all that to say.
And we're going to say it.
There it is. Hey, to be continued.
Bye.